Hey guys, welcome back to Kojo Qube Studios. In today's tutorial, I'll show you step by step how I created this dynamic Kylian Mbappé sports poster in Photoshop. I'll explain the techniques and effects behind the design so you can recreate it from scratch. Let's get started. If you are new here, subscribe to Kojo Qube Studios, turn on post notifications and like this video. Now, let's get started. Okay, so first and foremost, I'm gonna create our size for our design. So I'm gonna go with 1080p pixels by 1350 pixels, and then I'll leave the resolution at 120 and then click create. Okay, so with our artboard created, I'm gonna head into our resource folder and then click and drag the stadium image on our artboard, adjust the size to fill the artboard, and then I'll head to my layers panel, click on this adjustment layer icon and then select solid color. I'm gonna choose this blue shade for my color panel, and then click and drag it behind the stadium image. I'll select my stadium image and then change the blending options to dodge. After, I'm going to select with the stadium image selected, I'm gonna adjust the percentage or decrease the percentage of the fill to like 50%. Okay, so now that we've achieved that, I'm going to select the stadium image again, then head to my layers, my menu panel, and then select filter, and then head down to noise and then add some noise to the background and then select OK. Now to push my background further, I'm going to go to my tools panel and then select the text tool, and then with Drew Condex trial font selected, I'm gonna click on the background and then type Kylian. I'm gonna adjust the size of the name, expand it a bit to fill the background. I'm gonna hold hot on my keyboard and then click on it and then drag it to duplicate it. Then select the text tool and then change the name to Mbappé. To adjust the size a bit, I decrease the size of the name a bit and then shift it up a bit. Okay, like this, a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to select both, head to my layers panel and then select both text and then convert them to shape. So with them converted to shape, with both of them selected, I'm going to change the blending options to overlay. Okay, but I'm going to decrease the fill percentage to like 80 because I don't want it to be too visible, so that it doesn't distract or conflict with the main subject since it's just a background. So I think 80 is fine. Now I'm going to select the second name, that's the Mbappé, add a max to the shape, and then head to my tools panel and then select gradient tool, hold shift on my keyboard and then click and drag it to blend it to the background like this. Okay, so now that we have achieved that, I'm going to put all these elements into one group and then name it background. Then lock it in place so that we don't mistakenly shift anything, or I don't mistakenly shift any of the elements. Okay, so now that we have our background created, I'll head into my resource folder and then drag and drop in my Mbappé images, or the image of Mbappé. I'm gonna drag and drop in the second image too. Adjust it and then right click it and then flip it horizontally so that the face looks the other way. Gonna click and drag it behind the first image. So then I adjust them to my satisfaction. Okay, so now that I have my images in place how I want them to be, I'm gonna select the first image and then click on the layer mask icon and then select the gradient tool from the tools panel, hold on shift and then click and drag it so that I can blend it into the background. I'll do the same for the second image too, click and drag it into the background. Okay, now that I have this done, I'm going to select the second image and then head to my menu bar, select filter and then go to camera raw. I want to add some details or push the textures of the image further a bit. So I'm going to play with the sliders here. Head down to detail and then to sharpening, push it all the way to like 20. I think it's fine, and click OK. Now you could see the difference, and I toggle it off and you could see the difference that it has added to the image. Okay, so now I'm going to select that same image and then go to click on the layers adjustment layer icon here and then head to black and white, select the black and white adjustment layer and then I'm going to clip mask it on top so that it affects only the image behind, only the second image. So I'm going to name this, group this and then name it image 2. Head to that folder again and then click on the adjustment layer icon again and then select curves. Then I'm going to clip mask it and then play with the sliders here. I still want to push the textures of the image up a bit, so something like this. I think this is fine. So when I toggle it on the off and on, you could see the difference that it adds to the image. Okay, I'm gonna do similar thing to the first image too. So I'll head to the filter panel and then choose camera raw. Then same way we did for the first image, we're gonna apply the same to this one too. Just gonna play around with the sliders. Head down to detail and then select, push the sharpen all the way to 20. I think this is fine. So you can see the difference. Now, like we did the first one, I'm going to head to the I'm going to click on the adjustment layer icon here and then select curve, clip mask it and then play around with this slider here. Same way we did for the first one. I think this is fine. Okay, so you could see there is some kind of white this thing around the hair. I would like to adjust that. So what we'll do is I'm going to select the max here and then select my brush tool on my tools bar and then zoom in, reduce the size of the brush and then push the flow to like 70. Then I'm just going to brush around so that I can just get rid of this white around the hair. I'll zoom in a little bit more and then reduce the size of the brush and then shortcut to reduce the size of the brush on your keyboard is the bracket open or bracket close. So the bracket open for increasing, the bracket close for decreasing. Yeah, so as the shortcuts for that on your keyboard. So I'm gonna take my time and do this gently so that we blend it nicely. Make sure we don't see any of the white thing around the hair. So it makes the image looks very clean and sharp. Yes. Normally this is what I do whenever I encounter problems like this. Nicely like this. Then okay. Increase the size a bit and then move around the edges gently. Okay, now that I'm satisfied, I'm gonna zoom out. Okay, so now that we're done with the images, or adding certain details to the image and making it look clean and sharp, and then I'm going to add my next element to the design. So I'll head to my first and foremost, I'll head into my background folder, and then select the first stadium image, add a mask to it, and then select the gradient tool, zoom out, and then blend it a bit inside the background. So I think something like this is fine. Now head into my resource folder and then click and drag this fog image on my design. I'm gonna change the blending options to screen. Is it screen? Okay, sure. I think color dodge, because I want it to have the vibrancy like the background colors. So I think this is fine. Now that we've gotten this out of the way, to push the background further or to add certain effects or this thing to the background, I'm going to create a new layer above the stadium image, and then select my brush tool, then increase the size of the brush tool, increase the flow to 100%, and then head to my color panel here, and then I drop this color and then change the blue color, and I want something a bit lighter, so I want it to be very vibrant. So I think I'll go with something like this. Then I'm gonna just click one, and then do same for this part too. Yes, this adds some vibrancy to the image, makes it looks more a bit, makes it look dramatic. Sorry. Okay, so to push the background further, I'll head into my resource folder and then click and drag this stadium image on my background, and then decrease the size a bit. Then I like with how I've positioned it, I'm going to add a mask. I'm going to add a mask and then choose the gradient tool and then blend it inside the background. Inside the background like this. Then change the blending option to luminosity. I'm gonna decrease the percentage of the fill to like 70. I think 70 is fine. I'm gonna duplicate it. I'm gonna hold hot on my control on my keyboard and then press J to duplicate it, and then click and then bring it to the other side of the image also. I'm gonna decrease the fill opacity again. I think to 50. I think 50 is fine. I might do the same for the first image too. I'm also going to decrease that one to like 50. Okay. Now our design is taking shape nicely. I think there is something I should do further. I'm just increasing the size of the fog image that we first dropped on top. I think this is fine. Yes, I'll just select because I can see there's a line here I just want to get rid of, so I'll go back and then select the left stadium image that we placed, and then I'm going to select the gradient tool, and then I'm going to blend it well inside the background like this. Okay, it's fine now. Okay, so this is okay. I'm gonna group this one and name it image 1. So I head into my resource folder and then drag and drop this Mbappe image on my design. I'm gonna adjust it well. I'm gonna adjust the size well. Okay, now that we have it in place, I'm gonna head into my resource folder again and then drag and drop this ball here. Then create a layer, then select my brush tool, decrease the flow to like 80. Okay, then decrease the size and then change the angle. What I'm doing is I'm just going to create a shadow under his feet like this. Sorry, I think I have to change this to black. Yes, increase the size a bit. Shadow under his feet. Yes, I'm just going to adjust the size well. Okay, so it makes it more realistic. So I'm just going to decrease the fill to like 90. Okay, our design is taking shape now. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to add some highlights to the images to bring it more to life. So I'll head into my resource folder and then drag and drop this overlay image, and then drag it behind the images. Okay, like this. Sorry, select it and then change the blending option to screen. Like this, nicely. Okay, now I'm gonna add some highlights to the images itself. So first I'll head to the first image and then create a new layer and then create a clip mask on top of it. and then select my brush tool, change the angle, then decrease the size, and then come to my foreground color here and then select the background color. I think we need something blue. Yes, like this. So I'll choose the lighter shade of this blue, and then press OK, and then zoom in so I could add the highlights to the image. So I'm just going to do this gently like this. I'm going to do this gently like this. Paint the highlights gently like this. Decrease the size. Take gently. This. Okay. Do this part as well. Increase it a bit. Okay. Now I'm going to change the blending option to linear dodge, and then press OK, and then double click it, and then bring in the blending options, and then go to the underlying layer, hold Alt, and then click and drag this thing down a bit like this. Then decrease the fill percentage. Okay, I'll have to change the blending option again and see. Yes. Now that would give me that blue fill. I think this one. Yes. Okay, so now that we have our highlights done for the first image, we're gonna do the same thing for the other image here. With regards to the black and white image behind the first image, because it's black and white, that effect won't show very well. So we're gonna ignore that one and then go for, since that one is also serving as a background, it doesn't really matter whether we add the highlights or not. So I'm gonna work on the highlights for this particular image. But before that, I want to push the textures or to make the image more vibrant. So with that image selected, I'll head to my filter panel and then go to camera raw and then do the same for this image like we did for the other images as well. Head down to sharpening and then push the sharpening to like 15. Okay, nicely done. Just the size of the ball a bit. Okay, so now I'm gonna paint around it or add on top of it the highlights. I'm gonna create a new layer and then create clipping master. Select the brush tool. Zoom in so we can add the effects. Bit on top of it nicely and gently. Slowly and gentle. painting around it gently like this. So now I'm gonna zoom out and then change the blending options to linear dodge. Then just as I did the other ones, I'm going to head here, then play with the under thing like this. Yes, this is okay. I'm gonna zoom out. Oh, okay, so our design is taking shape. Okay, so the other smaller elements that I'll be adding to the design to make it more interesting. So but before that, I'm going to put this into one group and then name it image 3. Yes. Okay, so I'll head into my resource folder and then bring in my other design elements. So the France logo here, then have this signature of Mbappe. I'm gonna decrease that one to here. Double click and then change the color, overlay color to white. Then go to my tools panel and then choose the text tool and then make the color blue, and then type in and write Kylian Mbappé. Then adjust the spacing. Select my text tool again, head into my font panel, then choose this, change the color to white and then type in 10. Size of it like this. Okay. Yes. So our design is done. So this is how I achieved this Mbappe flyer design, or this is how I designed this poster. Yes, I hope you really enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any comments or any questions, you can drop it in the comment section. Yes, so if you really enjoyed this tutorial, kindly like and subscribe to Qube Studios for more and more design content like this. Turn on your post notifications so whenever I post or whenever I upload a new video, you can get notified about it. Thank you for watching. See you in my next lesson. Bye bye.